It's the year 2020, and a mysterious virus has appeared. Our best experts tell us that humanity has only 5 years. They keep promising us a vaccine. But right now, the clock is ticking. People are dying every day. This virus isn't going away. We know much about the origins of this virus. It's been circulating for nearly 1 year as of right now. And as the virus continues its program, more and more people will die. There'll be no vaccine. There'll be no treatment for this virus. It will accelerate every single year. It's not the only thing that has appeared on the radar these days. Looks like we're discovering clones on planet Earth as we speak. It looks like someone has released a virus and a clone army on planet Earth, ladies and gentlemen. The video guy. Clones have been released on planet Earth. A virus has been released on planet Earth. Where could all of this come from? That is the question. We have only a few years to discover the answer. They're hoping that you will wait 2 years to understand that the vaccines won't work. And by then, it'll be too late. Like we said before, there's much that we know about this virus. It is a neurotropic virus that invades the nervous system, invades the brain, and turns into something similar to mad cow disease. There's no cure. Everyone's been contaminated. The clock is ticking. People won't understand that this is like mad cow disease until the very end. Until all of a sudden, at around the same time everybody is becoming ill with the mad cow disease of this virus. How do we know this, ladies and gentlemen? We know this because it's our business to know this. And we know that this virus is airborne. It's like HIV. It attacks the immune system. There's no immunity to it. Therefore, there'll be no vaccine for it. And once it invades the nervous system, there's no treatment options for it. The clock is ticking. Imagine in 5 years a world without humans. Could it be another world? Another world that fails the test? Another world that dooms itself, ladies and gentlemen? Or another world that was exterminated by some type of interstellar virus? There's much we don't know about this world. But what we do know is that we're not alone. And it seems like there are hostile forces at work trying to slow kill humanity. Now, why is that a very important feature of this program? It's because if the target knows they are being targeted, they will run for cover. They will run away. They will hide. They'll choose not to get exposed. So the dangers must be hidden from public view. The public must never understand the dangers of these death towers, the dangers of the vaccines, of the GMOs, of the fluoride. And they must never know the dangers of this virus. That is why we must say to people, there is no virus. There is no virus. Breathe it in. And that's essentially where we're at right now. Breathe it in. For the first 4 or 5 months of this epidemic, which started in November, they were telling people you don't need a mask. You can't catch it from person to person. It's not airborne. And if you're worried about things, just wash your hands. And it wasn't until April that they started telling people, oh, but it is airborne. But that is an issue. And you should wear a mask. By April, it was too late. By April, everybody was infected with this virus. And by the time any treatment options come around, the disease will have progressed to such a stage that perhaps only the young may survive. But our leading experts tell us that within 5 years, most people, if not all people out there, will manifest serious neurological disease, like as if they'd been gassed with VX, a ticking time bomb. In fact, what we know now is that the world was murdered, essentially. Late 2019 to early 2020. The question is, how did this happen? Was it inevitable? Was it inevitable that civilization would have a Fukushima-style accident with a bioweapon of this nature? How many other planets have faced this very same end? Did they know it as they were going out? Perhaps it's better that the majority of the sheeple don't know what's going on. But it's important that some type of historical account is kept for or as a record. Ladies and gentlemen, seems like the video guy is on vacation. This is Stranger Than Fiction News, broadcasting live from the dark side of the planet. Again, it's the year 2020, the 1st of October. It's been nearly a year since this virus was released. Our best experts tell us that humanity has only 5 years to live. Of course, they keep promising a vaccine on the television, but that's so that people don't panic about the disease. Oh, it's coming, ladies and gentlemen. We're on our way to the death camp. You might be asking yourselves, how did we get here? And that essentially is a very interesting story. How did we get here? What's going on? We don't know when these aliens arrived, ladies and gentlemen, but they've been here for quite some time, using clones and robots to control the highest echelons of society, therefore enslaving the rest of humanity. We haven't been inventing technology for the most part. Technology has been introduced into our world. Why? Why, ladies and gentlemen? So that everything that you see next will look like some kind of natural evolution. There's nothing natural about what's going on here, ladies and gentlemen. And essentially, when we look at the DNA of every form of life, it has a programming language. It has a code. It has an alphabet. The same code for trees, for birds, for humans. The exact same code. We're on this Goldilocks planet, just the right distance away from the sun, ladies and gentlemen. The moon fits perfectly between us and the sun during the eclipse. We see a face on the moon. In fact, we see faces in the clouds. What is really going on, ladies and gentlemen? That is the question. The world is here by design, and all of life with it. We were put here with purpose, ladies and gentlemen. And it seems like this virus is the abort feature of this system. If somehow we can place ourselves in a position like this, we must deserve to be aborted. In any case, ladies and gentlemen, this is a big wake-up call. Because the only hope people have now is discovering, is solving the puzzle. What do we mean? The clock is ticking. We're obviously meant to figure this out. There must be a solution to this problem. When we reference the Bible and we see civilizations getting wiped out, it's always for the same cause. Sodom and Gomorrah, New Babylon. In fact, the book of Revelations tells us exactly why we're going to get wiped out. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the only thing we have right now. Science is not going to cure this disease. Science is the disease. It's been the disease since Isaac Newton, since trying to transform lead into gold. Black magic. It's always been black magic. It's never going to change. Whatever these people roll out, it's going to kill you. Guaranteed. It's not a question of when the studies come out. We already know the answer. This technology is here to kill, to murder. That's its purpose. The more of it out there, the worse it is. And it looks like humanity is set for the reset. Every day people are going to die. These big cities are going to be destroyed. Time is running out. It's really only going to be the Christians out there in the country, the small towns, small villages, that will perhaps have a chance to survive. You have very little time to prepare, ladies and gentlemen. Dark winter is coming. And by spring, people will realize how serious the situation is. All skepticism will disappear. The studies are already coming out. Brain damage, nerve damage, behavioral problems, dementia, chronic fatigue, all associated with this virus. The chronic fatigue is the virus chewing up your nervous system. Look it up. So there's only, very little time for people to get with the program. All of these people on television are the enemy. They are part of this control system that has enslaved humanity. It is the virus. And as humanity continues to worship this beast system will kill more and more people. That's what the devil does. That's what sin does. It kills people. And so, identifying the enemy is very important, to say the least. You can tell them by their fruits, ladies and gentlemen. Identifying the enemy is the only way that you can win the war. Now, if you don't understand that there is a war, and if you don't even understand who your enemy is, what hope do you have of surviving? What hope do you have of winning? That's exactly right. You have to be able to identify your enemy. There they are. There's a reason that they sound the way they do. They don't even make sense anymore. They don't even pretend to try and make sense. It's 100% lies, and everybody knows it. And unfortunately, time is running out. We don't have the time to negotiate with these people or with this system. They aren't gonna budge. There's not a lot of choice in the matter. Freedom is not free. This system requires that you break the chains of bondage. To relive the pages of the Bible. And right now we're slaves in Egypt. And we have to collectively say to Pharaoh, let our people go. It's going to be vicious. It's going to be disturbing. Everyone needs to prepare for what's coming next. But have no fear. Everything you've gone through in your life, all of the hardships and the struggles, have prepared you for what's coming next. You've known your whole life that this was coming. We always hoped that there would be more time. But this is just the way it is. Nobody asked for this war. Nobody asked to be put in this position. Nobody asked for this virus. Nobody asked for the Nazis either. These things just happen. We need to accept that history repeats itself. We need to accept that whatever is going on out there, it's not our imagination. It truly is the epic struggle of good versus evil out there. It truly is the epic struggle against the devil. Creatures from another world that take human form and try to condemn us, ladies and gentlemen. Right now, it's the final entrapment. Just playing along means that there's no escape. We must break free from these chains of bondage. We must break free from this system, this matrix that attempts to enslave us. And they're not going to go out willingly. Identifying the enemy is key in everything that comes next. And we're going to ask all of you out there to prepare for Judgment Day the best that you can. And, we've talked about being prepared, being 110% and, all of your nutrients, vitamins, minerals, your sleep, taking care of yourselves, slowing down this disease, taking, magnesium, vitamin B12, baking soda, turmeric, etc. Be prepared in that way. Be prepared with a Red Dawn crew, with a neighborhood watch. Because the goon squads are definitely coming. And be prepared for the last stand. There's no telling how this is going to end, ladies and gentlemen. And it's only fair that we go as deep and as fast into the rabbit hole as we can at this stage. We're all in it together. Let's not leave any stone unturned. Let's not let anything be a mystery. Let's see what these people on TV really are. Human, not human. Let's find out what's really going on out there. The time of negotiating, time of discourse is pretty much over. There is no freedom, there is no democracy. And time is running out. What can be done? Where does it go from here? The door will open for us, ladies and gentlemen. And chances are that door is going to be November 3rd, November 4th, or whenever they start announcing the results. And your world starts crashing down. One way or the other, the door will open. A scenario will play out. In fact, what we should say is that the gate will open. It's like we're on the train headed to the death camp, and all of a sudden the gate opens. Now's your chance, your only chance to escape. Everyone will see that window, and everyone will be thinking the same thing. And we'll just go on that ride together. But we can already see, the system buckling at the seams, ready to implode. And not sure what you people are thinking out there, but the idea that Luciferians are 100% in charge of a Christian community is intolerable. We need our Christian homeland, and we need to put an end to their influence in our world. The revolution begins with us, ladies and gentlemen. And look, not everybody's going to make it, and you're most likely surrounded by demons. Chances are many of you listening to this are infected with the demonic virus. You're hearing the voices of the Matrix. There's a solution for that. It's in the Bible. But for the rest of us, you have to live out your education. Trust your instincts. Be ready to survive. Until the next time, ladies and gentlemen. If you're listening to this, you are the resistance.